Hey, before you think another wireless speaker, let me tell you what happened the first time I hit play on the KEF LSX II. I wasn't chasing volume, I wasn't tweaking EQ, I was listening. And almost instantly, I realized sound didn't just come out of these speakers. It lived in the room. That's the little moment of presence that hits different, the one that makes you realize your old setup was only showing you half the picture. This is for the kind of person who notices when vocals feel boxed in, when instruments feel flat, when something familiar sounds different than you remember. You don't just want louder, you want meaningful. You want audio that doesn't just fill space, but actually engages it. Before anything else, take a moment to check the current price and stock. Premium speakers like this don't stick around at steady prices once people start catching on. You knew it was time to upgrade when your current setup made every nuanced track sound muddy, when dialogue lacked texture, when details felt buried under the basics. I remember listening to a favorite song and thinking, this should feel wider than this. That quiet realization doesn't go away on its own. You outgrow compromise, and then you start craving sound that matches the way you experience music and movies. The first time the LSX II came alive, everything shifted. It didn't just get louder, it got transparent. Vocals were anchored and alive. Instruments had space instead of battling for attention. Low-end had body without smearing the rest of the mix. And that soundstage, it didn't just point forward, it opened up, extended, and wrapped in a way that made you sit back instead of leaning in. Once you hear refined balance like this, anything weaker starts to feel like listening with half your senses muted. I lived with this system the way real life happens, evening listening sessions where every detail finally mattered, movie soundtracks that suddenly had depth instead of flatness, playlists where instruments felt present without harshness, and everyday shows where voices stayed clear without constant volume adjustments. This isn't just about specs, it's about how sound feels in your space, and the way these speakers just settle in instead of pushing themselves on you. So here's your nudge: don't wait for prices to dip or stock to linger. Sound systems this capable get traction fast, and hesitation quietly becomes regret, that tiny reminder every time your setup falls short again. You might think bookshelf wireless speakers can't compete with bigger rigs. That doubt disappears the moment sound stops feeling boxed and starts feeling spacious. This doesn't just fill the room, it defines it. Here's the surprise most people don't mention: once your audio behaves in space instead of blasting at it, even quiet moments feel textured instead of thin, and louder moments feel intentional instead of chaotic. Owning something at this level changes how your room feels. Music feels alive, not flat. Vocals feel anchored, not distant. Details feel present, not buried. Daily listening feels immersive, not average. If I'm honest, premium audio always benefits from thoughtful placement. And true balance asks for components that respect the space. But at some point, you stop comparing specs and just choose the sound you already wanted, because every time you consider something weaker, you come back to this feeling of yes, that's real clarity. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and later wish you'd made sooner. If you're ready for sound that doesn't just play, but lives around you, check the KEF LSX II wireless hi-fi speaker system now and bring your audio to life the way it was always meant to sound.